Warning, this video is for comedy purposes only, and as such, should not be taken too seriously. The Britannian Empire enjoys building towers that are roughly 6 to 10 feet in width. Demanding your enemies stick around and continue to risk their lives fighting you. Despite having shot at Reed in the last episode thinking him a traitor, he's now perfectly happy in his presence. Or maybe stop being nosy and go back to f***ing bed so the story can continue. The idea that marrying someone is indecent. It's not like he said, I want to meet her so I can bone her. Having only a knife and fork for your meal when the majority of it is what I can only assume is some kind of soup. Cliched clapping. That it was Zero's doing. Pointless hat number 1. His clapping doesn't really make sense here. The theatrical clapping is getting kind of irritating now. Removing a sim for this amazing ED, which is actually in my top 3 of all time, as I absolutely adore the song and just how catchy it is. Not much point in Cam G if it just used the same room as Cam F but closer to the face of someone sitting on that side of the table. In fairness to her, the contract she made with you was after having saved your life and then gave you the power at the same time to save your own life and take vengeance against your arch nemesis. So hardly a cruel woman in this instance. For a smart guy, he sure is making a lot of dumb decisions on what to say and basing it all upon assumptions he's making up on the fly. No. Yeah, you need to be a knight of honor. You can't just, for example, be someone who's cleared of any wrongdoing in the murder of a member of the royal family and then spend the day showing her around the city. Oh yeah. The switch to turn on power to the entire park isn't somewhere like a generator or staff complex, but instead is hidden behind the carousel ride. Meet the kid behind the excellent visuals in Madoka Magica. He survives this.
またクルルギの家だよ。今度は本家の方に行くんだ。 歩くんだ、スザ。
Wow, I can't wait to work for these guys later. They seem so honorable.
ナナリーが寂しがってる。今日の予定は？ああ、今晩なら。でもいいのかい？迷惑かけちゃう。
Wasn't this issue resolved long ago by Lelouch telling everyone publicly that they're friends? So what trouble could it cause?
さよこさん、今日の授業は2限目からじゃ。
Dude, stop the f***ing needless clapping. If it made sense, it would be just about bearable, but it doesn't.
お見合いって言ったら普通はホテルかレストランだものね。
Pointless hat number 2.
ああ、それと、これは僕と君のゲームなんだから、警察の駒を使うのは NG だよ。
Not going to explain how he escaped custody? No? Okay.
データが変えられている。ロックシステムを破るしかない。それって高速違反じゃん。
Yeah, he's right. Let's just let her get blown up.
一度上に戻ってシステムを。おい
This happens.
武器も作戦もなく爆弾もそのまま。
Sending the overly long and again pointless out of place clapping.
乗せるのは互いに取り合った駒。
His arm is heavily bandaged here, so much so it looks like he's hiding a Pip-Boy underneath. Since I'm kind, I'll just give one sin here for this continuation of the series of annoying claps.
まさか僕の意識を集中させて。
Gets hit so hard his hat falls off, but in the next shot it's back on.
自分はブリタニア軍準尉クルルギスザクだ。治安上乱の容疑で君を拘束する。
So, not kidnapping, attempted murder, or attempted murder of a soldier then?
話せよこの父親殺しが。
Does that mean that Suzaku was thinking about how he killed his father at this moment?
待て。
Despite only dodging him by a foot or two, he manages to get out of the building without Lelouch being anywhere near him.
魔王、先に行って待っていろ。真の世界で。
Finally! Yes, okay, removing a sin for someone taking out the garbage at last.
単刀直入に言う。お力を拝借したい。
というと
東堂中佐が不慮とされ。
Ah, anything for you, dickhead.
あんたがゼロ？よろしく。噂はいろいろ聞いてるわ。
This guy's mouth is miles away from his nose, giving him a really odd-looking goatee. Also, this man has a complete triangle head.
嘘だ。スザク君なのか。
ゼロ！指示を！次の指示をください！ゼロ！
今までのが全部。スザク。
Removing a sin here for how epically handled this reveal was. It truly was done so well, and you could just feel the utter surprise and shock and how it just freezes them all in place. It's one of Geass's defining moments as a brilliantly crafted piece of work.
クルルギ準尉派遣物資な解除。パスワードは僕の好物。
Instead of just telling him what food it is, he leaves it up to Suzaku during a time of extreme stress fighting multiple skilled opponents to recall what it is. It's not funny.
クルルギスザクは名誉ブリタニア人ではありますが、その能力はキスとするにふさわしいものです。それはお姉様の。
総督だ。
You only said she had to call you Viceroy in public though, not privately.
面白そうなことやってるね。
わかるんですか？
ウランでしょ。質量数235の方。
はい、そうなんです。このウラン235に熱中精子を吸収させると2つの原子核と高速中性子に分裂するんです。でも問題は燃料として使えるウラン235が天然ウランの中には 0.7% しかないことなんです。
God damn, he was just being polite, girl. Shut the f*** up.
クルルギ少佐はその場にゼロを足止めせよ。
部下に死を命じるのか。
standing close enough to him for this to happen. She does this despite literally being told 90 seconds ago that it wouldn't work. So, why doesn't he just kill him now? She decides that now is the best time to take a dip after being randomly transported to this strange island. Saying someone's name instead of talking normally cliche. How did she manage to eat with her hands tied behind her back? Primed and ready nightmare frame ex machina. Wow, she really is retarded. What's a case delta? A horny lesbian at the front gate? I'm guessing her last lot of clothes were wet. Discount Ed 209. Whilst this darling chat is going on, all of the Ed 209s have chosen not to fire on him whilst they have him surrounded. In fairness to the guy, if he had stayed, Britannia might have just killed him regardless. Despite having a bunch of onions in his face, he can tell that specifically it was her walking in. Oh, don't go calling him brother whilst out in public. It's Prince Schneisel. Ah, damn, it was that clever hat disguising her identity. I'm sorry, has Zero been on the news blowing up Japanese people and this is what's confused her? His entire being is to help the Japanese, so her statement here makes no sense. How the hell can she really tell that no one else is entering a room? Or has her sense of smell gotten so decent that she can detect people 10 meters away individually by scent? Just once in this anime, I'd love for Lelouch to enter a room and just have her say, "Oh, what a treat, Suzaku's here," and have him say, no, actually he's not. I don't think the future will worry so much about space that they'll trouble themselves with inventing an only slightly smaller coat hanger. This for me personally marked one of the greatest moments in the entire series. The revelation that his power had reached a point in which it could no longer be contained and controlled, and for which the fallout was incredibly massive and dire. For this brilliant moment and how it changed the series from this point forward to a stage where it could never return, I'll remove a sin. Why would she shoot the general though? He's not Japanese and so doesn't fit the order, and even if you argue he was trying to stop her from continuing the action Geass had forced upon her, it was only in the vein of a verbal argument, not even an order or such from him, so it doesn't make much sense. What moron really thought that with all of the mass murder going on right there by Britannian forces, that Zero would just hop out of the nightmare frame and say, "Oh yeah, here you go lads." removing a sin here for this really crushing moment between the two forbidden lovers. It's a really touching moment in the series for me, and I think many other people as well. Oh, when she says she's not pretty. All men managed to answer this statement at the exact same time, despite their dire situation and a lot even being injured at the time. Now that's dedication to military spirit. Huh, that's rich coming from the woman who just picked up and tossed one of her men into the fray to get sawn in half and save her own skin. Slightly less intense orgasm.
検証は不十分です。爆発させられるかはわかりません。でも私は爆発って何言ってるのニーナ。危険よ、下がって。
彼女の理論通りならこの東京疎開そのものが死滅するかも。
So the school just let her build a bomb on site? I mean, even if it was in the basement, she still would have had to have gotten a ton of materials down there and then built them all together, and having done so, since the princess was murdered, is sinful. I understand being very shocked at this revelation, but not sure on her behalf it warrants fall to your knees why levels of shock. So in her mind, if he wasn't using her 15 seconds ago as an anonymous man who she only knew wasn't Japanese, what difference does it make that he's a fellow student? How does that equal being used when he never forced a single thing upon her?